You said it like it didn't matter, just a sentence passing by. No anger in your voice at all. That's what caught me by surprise. The clock kept ticking on the wall, same as it always did. But something in me stayed behind, like it forgot how to live. I didn't fall down, I didn't scream, I just felt something leave me. That's when I broke. Not loud, not all at once, just a quiet crack inside my chest. That's when I broke. I didn't know what it would mean. I only knew I wasn't whole when you turned away from me. The room was still warm from your shadow, your cup still on the sink. I stood there holding all my thoughts, afraid to move, afraid to think. Your words kept playing in my head, like they were stuck on repeat. Not cruel enough to hate you for, but sharp enough to cut me deep. I stayed standing, I stayed calm, but something in me was already gone. That's when I broke. No tears to prove the pain, just a silence I could explain. That's when I broke. I didn't ask, I didn't fight, I just lost myself that night when you turned away from me. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll understand why that moment took so much. But right then all I knew was I couldn't feel your touch. I didn't shatter, I didn't bend, I just stopped knowing who I am. That's when I broke, in a way no one could see. Still breathing, still on my feet. That's when I broke, and I carried it along like a secret in my bones when you turned away from me. Yeah. That's when I broke. I didn't cry, I didn't beg, I just stood there, and something in me never came back. You said it like a simple fact, not sharp enough to fight. Just words laid gently on the table in the middle of the night. I nodded like I understood, like I was still okay. But something in the way you spoke told me things had changed. I didn't feel the pain right then, it came too quietly, like something stepping out of me without asking permission. That's when something gave way, not enough to fall apart, just a soft collapse inside my heart. That's when something gave way. I stayed lights stayed low, your coat still on the chair. Everything looked just the same, like love was still in the air. But your silence spoke much louder than the words you chose to say. It wrapped itself around my chest and slowly took my breath away. I didn't question what was wrong, I didn't make a sound. I just felt something in me quietly shut down. That's when something gave way. No tears, no desperate plea, just a part of me letting go of me. That's when something gave way. I didn't know what I had lost, only that it stayed. Maybe later I'll find the reason, maybe later I'll feel the ache. But in that moment all I knew was something in me couldn't take another word, another day, standing still while love walked away. Not the end, but not the start, just the sound of something breaking soft. That's when something gave way, and I carried it alone like a crack no one could see. I didn't cry, I didn't say a word, I just knew something had changed forever. You said it like it didn't matter, like it was already done. One sentence, no emotion, then you turned away from me. The room was full of evening, that soft and yellow light. But something in my chest went quiet, right in front of my eyes. I stayed standing, didn't move, but my body knew before my heart did. I didn't see it coming, but I felt it land. Something in me folded without a sound. I didn't see it coming, I didn't fall apart. I just felt a small collapse somewhere in my heart. The clock kept right on ticking, like nothing had changed. But every second after that didn't feel the same. Your words kept playing back just a thinning of the light. I didn't see it coming, but I knew somehow that the person I was before wasn't with me now. I didn't ask the reason, I didn't make a scene. I just stood there realizing what your silence means. I didn't see it coming, but that was the day something in me learned how easily things can change. I didn't see it coming, and I let it be. That was the moment something broke in me. The night kept breathing, getting warmer. The world went on, but that was the moment I knew something was gone. You didn't slam the door, you didn't change your tone. You said it like the weather, then you left me there alone. The light stayed where it was, the room refused to move. I felt my breath keep going, but my heart didn't know what to do. No scene, no fight, just one small sentence on a quiet night. Made a sound, but I felt it break like something deep inside me. Took one step too late, nothing made a sound. Still I understood, some pain doesn't fall apart, it just stops feeling good. The clock kept counting seconds like nothing went wrong, but every tick was heavier after you were gone. Your words kept circling without a place to land. I stood there in the silence, trying to feel my hand. No tears yet, no goodbye, just my name passing by. Nothing made a sound when you let me go. I didn't lose you all at once, I lost who I used to know. Nothing made a sound, but something slipped away. I stayed standing in that moment while the night refused to change. I didn't call you back, I didn't ask you why. I just felt a part of me quietly say goodbye. Nothing made a sound, that's the truth I keep. Some breaks don't show in pieces, They hide where no one sees. Nothing made a sound, nothing made a sound. But I know it's true. That was when I broke inside without knowing what to do. The room stays still, the lights stay low. Nothing made a sound, but I know. You didn't raise your voice, you didn't say goodbye. You just looked past me like I was already on the other side. The lights stayed on, the door didn't slam, but the way you paused before you spoke made me understand. I was standing there, still on my feet, but my body felt heavier than it's ever been. That was the moment I went still, not broken loud, not bent in pain, just something slipping out of place. That was the moment I went still. I didn't bleed, I didn't fall, I just wasn't all there anymore. The clock kept doing what it does, like nothing had changed at all. Every second sounded louder while I stayed against the wall. Your words kept circling my mind, not cruel, just incomplete, like they landed somewhere deep where I couldn't reach. I didn't ask why, I didn't react, I just felt something in me pulling back. That was the moment I went still. No tears to mark the scene, just a silence learning how to breathe. That was the moment I went still, when nothing shattered in my hands, but I knew I'd never feel the same again. Maybe later I'll find the words, maybe later I'll feel the ache, but right then all I knew was something in me quietly break. Not enough to see, too deep to explain, like a picture slightly off its frame. That was the moment I went still, not the end, but not okay, just the start of walking on through days. That was the moment I went still, and I carried it alone, like a weight I couldn't name. I went still, I didn't know it then, I went still, but that's when it began. I didn't know it then, but that's when it began. You said it like a passing thought, nothing meant to stay. A sentence drifting through the room, then quietly away. I smiled like I was listening, like I'd heard it all before. But the floor felt farther from my feet than it ever did before. I didn't feel the pain arise, it didn't knock a call. It slipped in like a shadow, a long wall. That was before the tears knew my name, before my hands began to shake. Just a soft collapse I couldn't place. That was before the tears knew my name. I stood there whole, or so it seemed. But something cracked in me. The clock kept counting on its time, second after second fair, while I was standing perfectly still in the middle of your stare. Your words kept turning in my head, not sharp enough to blame, just heavy like a question I was scared to name. I didn't ask you to explain, I didn't make a sound. I felt the room keep breathing while my heart slowed down. That was before the tears knew my name, before the ache could rise. Just a pause that stayed too long behind my eyes. That was before the tears knew my name. I didn't fall apart, I only felt a careful break right at the start. Maybe later I'll remember why that moment took my breath. But right then all I understood was the weight of what was left. Not silence, not goodbye, just a space where love walked by. That was before the tears knew my name, when I still believed I'd be okay, just standing in the quiet as it settled in and stayed. That was before the tears knew my name. I carried it alone, like a truth that hadn't found its way back home. I didn't cry, not then, but that's when it began. You didn't raise your voice, didn't turn away. You said it like a fact, then let it hang that way. The room was breathing softly, like it didn't know my name. I stood there in the quiet while something in me changed.
No warning sign,
No goodbye sound,
just one small truth
dropping me down. There was a moment I went still, when my heart forgot to move. I didn't fall, I didn't scream, I just didn't know what to do. There was a moment I went still, when your words let go of me. Nothing broke the room in half, but something broke in me. The clock kept doing its job, seconds walking by, but time felt like it stopped the second you said goodbye. Your sentence kept repeating like a song without a tune. I stared into the silence while the night stayed in the room.
No tears yet,
No defense,
just a crack.
I couldn't mend. That was the moment I went still, when I felt myself let go. Not from you, but from the girl I used to know. That was the moment I went still. I stayed standing in my place, but the mirror in my mind couldn't recognize my face. I didn't ask for mercy, I didn't make a sound, I just felt my center slowly breaking down. That was the moment I went still, not the end, but where it starts, where the quiet finds the crack in the armor of my heart. That was the moment I went still, and I finally understood. Some pain doesn't come with noise, it comes soft and stays misunderstood. The night kept breathing, the light stayed low, but that was the moment I stopped being whole. Yeah. You didn't change your tone, you didn't look away. You said one line so gently, it followed me all day. The walls kept holding still, the air refused to move. I stood there like I understood what I already knew. I stayed polite, I stayed calm, but something in me felt wrong. That's when the quiet found me, not sharp enough to cry, just a and didn't give it back in time. That's when the quiet found me. I didn't fall apart, I only felt a tender crack right where I keep my heart. The clock kept doing what it does, counting every second fair, while I was frozen in the middle of something I couldn't name. Your words kept circling my mind, soft, unfinished, thin, not heavy like a goodbye, just heavy enough to sink in. I didn't ask for truth, I didn't ask for more, I just felt something close its door. That's when the quiet found me. No scene, no broken glass, just a stillness, learning how to let the moment pass. That's when the quiet found me. I stayed right where I stood, but something in me understood I never would. Maybe later I'll feel the pain, maybe later I'll know the cost, but right then all I understood was the feeling of something lost, not gone enough to see, too close to push away, like a light left on at the end of the day. That's when the quiet found me, and nothing said my name, just a calm that didn't feel like peace, and never felt the same. That's when the quiet found me. I carried it alone, like a truth I hadn't earned, but somehow always owned. Quiet, the quiet, the quiet, quiet, the quiet. I didn't cry, I didn't speak, I just knew, I didn't speak. I just knew something in me had shifted.
You didn't raise your voice, you didn't turn around, you said it like a passing thought, then let it hit the ground. The room stayed just the same, same chair, same door, but something in the way you spoke wasn't there before. I stayed calm, I stayed polite, but I felt a change I couldn't name. Something slipped away right out of my hands. I was still breathing, still where I stand. Something slipped away, no I just went quiet inside. Something slipped away. I felt it then. That wasn't the end of us, but it was the bend. I didn't know the moment would stay this long. Didn't know silence could sound this strong. Something slipped away, and I let it be. I didn't chase it, it escaped me. Something slipped away and left me whole, but missing something I couldn't control. The night kept moving, the clock stayed true, but that was the moment I started losing.